Hey, so Sandy and I are up in the Frontenac County. We're going to make sure this place stays protected, but we're doing a one-room schoolhouse up here, late 1800s. It's being retrofitted for other purposes, and we just had a concern about some of the past that might have occurred here. Through all of the town's assessments and whatever, it doesn't seem like there's anything particularly gnarly that has occurred or that should exist. And there's no blatant history in the area for something to have happened. Steve Genier sent me this from CHAPS, so thank you for the referral. And it's about 3 hours away from us, but it was a nice day. It's a rare daytime one that we're working on, but remember that if it's a schoolhouse, you know, the activity is going to be during the day. So we're doing our experiments based on that, and hopefully it works out for us. Okay, so here we're coming down to the basement, do some base reads. It's all new wiring. This was an expansion on the building from 2016. So they don't really have any of the knob and tube stuff hanging around. But I just want to get it paneled. You know, as you can see, even at the panel, you know, with these. I mean, even at the main line coming in, we're hitting like right at it. Look at 8.6 milligauss. It's not really wonky crazy. Over by the water softening system, water tank, balancing valve. You know, I mean, everything is really. I'm short. I can't reach much, but there's really nothing of really any concern down here. That's for sure. We'll see what it's like up top. Yeah, nothing going on in this basement. I mean, obviously, the claims are more obviously to do with the schoolhouse itself. So down here, I don't think will be part of the experiment. So we have the original well. Hoping to dig that up. Not during this trip. I think they're going to see what's up. But over here, that's where the original school bell was. We're going to run an operation or an experiment where we're going to simulate the school bell. You know, play it on our phone, that type of thing. See what pulls up from there. So as we can see, the rear kitchen is giving off. It gives off, look like an average of about 61 milligauss. It did actually at one point in time shut the meter off, which means it was over 100. Right now, yeah, it bursted out, shut it off twice. Now, why is that?
It wasn't working. I tried to plug the light in there and it didn't work. So then I tried to plug an outlet in here, and it didn't work. And then my niece pushed the reset button.
Okay, well, it's not that. It's when that and that, if that is in.
That's weird.
Okay, just to make the mark, it's not the wiring to the house, it is actually the timer that is causing this. The timer when it's obviously plugged in, and yeah, will eventually go off. I'm not sure why that is. Okay, sentinel camera set. All right, that's just being affected by shadow. All right. Okay, so in here in the kitchen, I'm just measuring for sewer gas. Doesn't take a long time. So we've got a little case of sewer gas. Had it on its lowest setting to pull that off, but let's see what happens with the carbon monoxide. And a little bit of sewer gas. Not. So that one's already recording. So we're going to do 3 steps here. We'll do audio, then we will do audio with bell. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll leave the bear talking about the audio, and we'll leave for 25 minutes, 30 minutes to see if that elicits kind of response out. Okay, recording schoolhouse. Sandy and Dave present, client. Staying on tripod now, middle of the room. We're not walking with the headset, so it's staged in the middle of the room. We'll do a couple of experiments. It's about 3:30. Okay, starting audio session. So we're sitting in the middle of a schoolhouse. From the 1800s, so we're 120 years old. This has been a community center and a schoolhouse. Not a lot of information about the school, what it was called, who was here. So we're here to discover. We're here with lots of respect. There's going to be no, nothing rude asked. My wife Sandy is with us. And Diana, the homeowner, is with us. And feel free. There's a device on the floor you may not recognize, but it captures your voice. And we can't hear your voice because our ears aren't that good. But we want to know if you're with us. You can talk at any time. And you can touch one of us at any time. If you want to make some noise, you knock on something, knock something over. You want to go by either of the doors that you used to come in. There's a little device over there that will pick up on that. As you can tell, there are some changes. You probably used to remember that there was a heater or a fireplace in the middle of the floor. And that's what kept this place warm. It's not there anymore. I bet. I mean, if there was no fire going in the winter, it would have been frigid in here. Want to tag for the audio that there was a dog barking in the background? And I bet, even though it's wintertime, when the fire was going, it would have been ridiculously hot in here. Like the summer. Old building. Can you still feel temperature? Can you still feel heat and cold? If there are more than one of you here, can you communicate? Are you aware of each other? Can you tell me why you were here?
Bird flew in front of the window.
A bird flew in front of the window and made that go off.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking over
Because
on
it cut off
the
the
corner of my eye. I saw it go off. I'm like, whoa, yeah,
Yeah, it was a bird.
There's a bird. All right. So, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to flood that blind so that it's not affecting that quite so much. When this heater was going off, this fireplace, did you move your desk away from it? I couldn't even imagine it being like the desk right here. I sweat so bad in the summertime. That would just kill me. So this was the front of the schoolhouse?
I would imagine if you came in through there, that the teacher would be up there.
Yeah, and Dave, I believe the front would be back there when you would come in. And then hang their coats up there, kind of behind Sandy. And And then the chalkboards are up here.
Yeah. Can you tell me your teacher's name? Okay. So how many kids were in your class? Were they all different ages? I went to a high school with about 2,000 students. My public school had about 800. How old are you? Do you know what year it is right now? What year was it when you were in school? Now, a moment ago, you heard another lady's voice. That's Diana. She stays here on occasion. Do you recognize her? Do you try and speak to her?
Do you like the work that she's done to the place?
And that voice is Sandy. Sandy's my wife. She keep on talking.
I'm betting the place looks a little bit different than what you would remember it as. There's been a whole other part added to the building.
Obviously, you type in noise. Obviously, insulation wrapping on the windows. That's gonna make a crickle crackle. We probably won't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they ever wrote on the chalkboards. Too.
What, that?
Maybe math problems or English. I'm a teacher too.
Come on in if you want. Yeah. Might be, your questions will be probably as well received.
I'm a teacher, so if there is anything that, questions you wanna ask me, I'm very open to it. I'm a nurse as well. I know this is a very, seem like a happy place, or I feel happy when I'm here.
Nice and quiet.
Very quiet.
I bet it would have been even quieter then.
Oh, with the teacher? Yeah. And I love the grounds. Recess was one of my favorite subjects when I was a child. It still is. But, yeah, the grounds were nice to play and run on, or run around on. And I'm sure when the teacher rang the school bell, you had to come in for class to start. What about the chalkboard? I was hoping to get chalk and write things on the chalkboard, or if you could write something on the chalkboard, that would be pretty awesome. Maybe one of your favorite words or your favorite math problem. And also too, you're very close to the lake. I wonder if you ever went down to the lake to throw rocks or swim at the beach. I'm not sure if they let you do that or not.
You mentioned a boy that might have been bullied here.
Yeah, there was I heard that there was a young boy that was on the playground that got pushed, and that made him very sad. And if you'd like to share that with me, I'd welcome that. I'm sorry that happened to you. So if you'd like to share that. When I was a child, I was bullied as well at school, and it's not fun. Not fun at all. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Me too.
And my goal is too for the school is I want to keep it as original as possible and try to find, if I can, any pictures or artifacts or notebooks, of children that attended here. and have a museum just to, you know, honor the heritage, the history of the school. So I think it's, you know, a very quaint school and brings a lot of joy to the community, which probably.
You recognize that noise? I don't think any of you guys get spoiled.
Probably not.
As you can tell, we're just having casual conversation, and that is when we get an audio hit, that's when it I don't think any of you guys get spoiled.
Probably not.
Happens. When you're just talking, it's like they want to jump into the conversation. You have to ask the questions anyway,
Right,
but most hits we've ever gotten on the audio
right.
are when we're just talking. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? We've been talking away and we've done the bells. Now, what I'm gonna set up is a bear that talks.
Oh, wow.
Kids, so maybe, you know, what we'll do is we'll leave you alone with it for a little bit and we'll go outside and do adult talk. Okay, so in the middle of the room is my friend Boo. That's actually what he's called. So you can play with him, talk to him, go near him. We're gonna leave, so you might be more comfortable if we're not in the room. Have you been talking to Boo Bear? Well, Sandy and I have a lot more time. You can hold hands with Boo Bear. We don't have a lot of time. We got a long drive back. So why don't you talk to us? You can tell that we're not here to teach you. We're not here to tell you did bad things. We're here to talk to you. So we can show the world you're still here. I have a question. Do you still feel emotions? Like, you get scared? Do you get excited? You get frustrated? Maybe you're trying to talk and nobody's listening to you, not responding to you. Is it even possible that I might even be talking to an adult? Maybe the teacher. You taught here for years, maybe? Maybe you visit. So we need you to talk to us before we go. I haven't felt you touch me, and I haven't felt a lot. I'm hoping while we were outside talking that you spoke. Maybe you talked to Boo Bear. If you're the teacher, I imagine that was a pretty hard job. Can you tell us? But it's one thing I always wondered too, right? Like, we're talking specifically to children. But is it possible that those children grew up, had a life, passed away, and revisit places that, they might have known?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, I mean, you could be an adult,
And is it somewhere you had good memories as a child?
or, again, maybe it was a teacher, might have taught here for 20 years, and it was a place that she held dear. At least, at least the building is not being, knocked over. It's not rotting away.
No, quite the opposite, it's getting fixed up.
It's getting fixed up. So there's respect being done to it. So I want to thank you for taking some time, possibly for talking to us. And I'm glad to have been here. So we're gonna start packing our stuff up, but we'll leave the thing that you can talk to on, so you can still talk to it. I'll start with the auxiliary stuff, and then I'll still keep talking away, and you can keep talking, because there's something I do know how to do. And that's talk.
Yeah.
I married a woman who hardly talks.
We talk out enough for the both of us.
That's true.
Yes,
Yeah, to be.
I hope there's something nice.